Hi everybody, it's your old mate Beatle Dave here, calling to you from Derby in the UK. Just a bit of a strange video this is going to be. I was going to do like a needle drop thing and show you some of the records that I've been playing over the past few days, but I don't want to upset YouTube or get done for copyright strikes. So I'm just going to show you some of the albums that I've been playing this week. If you hear any strange noises, by the way, it's this stupid phone. I mean, I've had to actually order a new phone today because this one's just does what it wants to at the minute, but that's by the by. So the first one is, oh, by the way, if anybody does know how I can do needle drops, you know, and not get done for like copyright strikes, please let me know. The first one I've listened to, or one of the first ones I've been listening to this week, is the Beatles' Please Please Me. Fantastic album. This is a copy from the early 70s, so although it's got a flip back sleeve, it is actually on a 2-box EMI parlophone, but you still get the gramophone co in the outer label. Fantastic sounding album actually, and it is stereo, although it doesn't say stereo on the front. Great sounding record. It's a bit of a mixture, so I'm just doing them how I think I was playing them, because you know, I've had a long weekend. So the next one is the Small Faces debut LP. Again, this is actually an original UK first copy in mono, and it's worth quite a bit of money. So I tend not to play this that often, to be honest, because I'm scared of like ruining it. Great album. More of like a R&B band on this than the poppy sort of stuff that it was got known for. Great sounding record though, by the way. Highly recommend it. If you can't afford an original version like this, I think you can get a reissue of this nowadays. I only got this because I got it for good price, to be honest. Good sounding record though. Then we've got the Beatles' A Hard Day's Night. This is a German version that I got a few months ago. And I've played it a few times, but I thought I'd just give it an airing. When was it? On Saturday. And to be honest with you, it sounds fantastic, this does. It really does sound fantastic. The songs on this are exactly the same as the UK version of A Hard Day's Night, although this is called Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. And then it's A Hard Day's Night, originals from the United Artists picture. It's on Odeon as well, by the way, this one is. Great record. Then I've been listening to this one as well. I'll take this one out. I will try and take them out the sleeves because you're getting a bit of glare off the light. Been listening to this one. Hey Jude. This is a later copy. I have got a few copies of this. I've got the export copy on the CPS label, but this is the copy that was released in 1979 in the UK. So it's PCS 7184. Exactly the same as the copies that, you know, was available in the UK from 1973 onwards, wasn't it? It did come with the black EMI inner, although I've put it into a new sort of like anti-static sleeve. So that is side one. Lovely shining record. And then that is side two. Very underrated record in a lot of ways, isn't it, Hey Jude? Because it wasn't officially a Beatles album in the UK till 1979, but yeah, in America you'd had it since 1970, hadn't you? Then I was listening to this one. This is quite strange as well. This is a copy of Sergeant Pepper. Again, it is a later copy, but it's what they call a mispressing, because you've got the original inner sleeve. It's got Pink Floyd, Des O'Connor, Cliff Richard, Ken Dodd, The Shadows, Cilla Black, and then on this side you've got Sergeant Pepper and the Scaffold. So that would make it pre-1970, wouldn't it, I think? So on this one, look, it is a stereo. So on side one, you've got the gramophone co text under there, look, at the edge of the thing. one EMI box parlophone, right? But then on side 2, it's a 2-box EMI parlophone. But you do still get the gramophone code text there, and made in Great Britain at the bottom. Fantastic sounding record. It's probably worth a bit as well, that, to be honest, because it's they call it a transitional copy, something like that, isn't it? Look, open that up. Yeah, and I've still got the flip back from there. Look, so I'd say this is probably from 1970, 71. Great sounding record though. Then I've listened to a Beatles album that I haven't listened to for a hell of a long time, and I bet if you're honest with yourselves and you're a Beatles fan, you probably haven't listened to this one for probably years. I think the last time I listened to this was probably Christmas, maybe even before that, to be honest. And it's the Beatles Love album. I say I haven't listened to this. I do occasionally listen to the CD in the car, but it's a long time since I've listened to the vinyl. And I was actually quite surprised at how good it is and how they'd like edited the songs together. I'd forgot quite how like weird some of the songs sound, but weird in a good way. You know, it is a very, very fascinating and enjoyable record to listen to. This is a later copy. This is one of those D'Agostini ones. Double album. But yeah, fantastic sounding record. If you have got that in your collection and you haven't listened to it for a while, I'd just say just get it out and, you know, give it a quick blast on your turntable. I've been listening to this one as well. Past Masters again. It's a while since I've listened to this. Well, I say it's a while. It's probably isn't as long as that. It's probably a few months since I've listened to this. And again, this is one that D'Agostini one. D'Agostini, although it's on parlophone. But the nice thing about this is one side's on parlophone, look, the first side, and then the second side, or the second disc, is on Apple. I think this was slightly remixed, wasn't it? I think when this one came out, or slightly remastered, not remixed, sorry. Great sounding record. I can remember going out and buying these when they first came out on CD, and there was 2 separate volumes. But yeah, it's just, again, a really, really enjoyable listen. And again, how many of you have probably got this in your collection and not listened to it for years and years and years? Then I listened to this one. This is the Sentimental Journey one that I got in the job lot the other was it last week? I have cleaned it and I've played it, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. It really does sound fantastic, this record. I still can't believe that what I paid for those records, to be honest. And I've listened to quite a few of them, but if I put all them in with this, it'd make it a really, really long video. But yeah, so really, really good. Happy with what I paid for it. Sounds amazing on my I played it on the Technics deck actually up here. But yeah, so it's Technics deck going through a Denon amp and going through Denon speakers. It sounds amazing. If you haven't got that one, that's one to look out for. Then I listened to this. Again, this is one that I haven't listened to for a while. This is Ringo Starr and his all-star band. So it's Ringo and some of his famous sort of like friends. So you got It Don't Come Easy, the No song, Ico, Ico, The Wait, Shine Silently, Honey Don't. Then on side 2 you've got You're 16, You're Beautiful in Your Mind, Quarter to 3, Raining in My Heart, Will It Go Round in Circles, Life in the Fast Lane, and Photograph. And I think in America you got this but with a slightly different coloured cover, didn't you? This is on EMI, EMS 1375. Don't know when it came out though. Good sounding live album. Ringo doesn't sing all the songs. The people in the band all get a chance to sing a song. Then this one might surprise you. This actually came in the week. David Bowie, the Labyrinth soundtrack. Well, it's David Bowie and Trevor Jones, isn't it, I think? Yeah, Trevor Jones. So this is basically all the songs, all the music to the film The Labyrinth. And I'd actually forgotten how good this was. I know it's going to sound stupid, but even like the film songs by Trevor Jones do actually sound really, really good. I was listening to this yesterday. I was sat up here and I had this on. I didn't have it on full blast, but I did have it on quite loud. And it sort of like reminded me when I took my kids and stuff to see this and things like that, and when we've watched it on the telly on the old VHS video things and things like that. Yeah, a fantastic album, very, very overlooked. And I did used to have the original of this. This is a reissue. It was brand new. You know, it was still sealed up when I got it in the week. But the originals of these go for silly money now. Like some people want over £100 for this, for the original ones. Sound quality on this is really, really good. Capital reissue but it's still on the EMI America label as the original one was. Cracking album, actually. It did actually surprise me how much I did enjoy that. Then we've got the Rolling Stones, Dirty Work, which was from around, when was this? Was this around 1985, 86? Something like that, wasn't it? This is an original, by the way. I think it's from either 85 or 86. It doesn't actually tell you on the label. But that's side one. And then that is side two. This was when they couldn't work out whether they still wanted to be in the Rolling Stones or not. You know, it was a bit of a strange time for them, wasn't it? It's funny. Yeah, do you know something? There's no date on this anywhere that I can see. Because the One Hit to the Body, they did a video for that, and it does actually look like Keith and Mick nearly come to blows in it. 1986. Quite a good album. You've got Harlem Shuffle, which is probably the standout track on this. Like I say, the One Hit to the Body, and the rest of it is sort of like so-so songs. It's not one of the best Rolling Stone albums ever. But again, it's one of those where if you're only ever going to play it now and again, it's quite enjoyable to listen to. Some of it sounds a bit like it might have been, you know, the songs might have been made with solo records in mind. But like I say, the standout track, Harlem Shuffle, is fantastic. It's worth getting that just for that. Then I listened to this one again that I got about 2 months ago now, which was the third studio album by the Specials, simply called In the Studio. By this time, Terry Hall and, you know, the other two had gone off to make Fun Boy 3. So this came out in 1984, I think it was. So you get Bright Lights, Lonely Crowd, Girlfriend. I still think that is a dead weird song, Girlfriend. I do like it though. Housebound and Night on the Tiles. Then on side two, you got Nelson Mandela, War Crimes, Racist Friend, Alcohol, and Break Down the Door. I have played this quite a few times now since I've had it, and it is actually growing on me. And I do consider it to be a proper Specials LP, you know, even though Terry Hall's not on it. The only downside is on some of the tracks, they do sound quite jazzy. But then on other ones, it does just sound like Specials when Terry Hall was with them. It is a nice album to listen to. Yeah, but it's one of those where I think it's going to take you, if you haven't heard any of the songs on this, it will take you a few plays to actually get to like it. Excuse me 1 second, folks. I just have a drink of juice. Then there's this one. A lot of you probably don't know, but before Beatle Dave was Beatle Dave, it was Dave the Punk Rocker. So this is a band called 999. who I really liked when I was like about 12 or 13. And they're sort of like a punk band stroke new wave band, and it's simply called the 999 Singles album. So this was like a bit of a best of. This is how it came, by the way. You know, I haven't coloured it in, the album did come like this. So you've got Nasty Nasty, No Pity, Me and My Desire, Crazy, Emergency, My Street Stinks, Feeling Alright with the Crew, Side 2 is Titanic, My Overreaction, You Can't Buy Me, Homicide, which is an absolutely fantastic song, Soldier, I'm Alive, Quite Disappointing, Waiting in Action. So that is a track listing on there. And I think this is on United Artists. Yeah, it is on United Artists, which was part of EMI, wasn't it, at the time? So that's the labels. So Nick's Vinyl Butter, you'll probably like this one. If you haven't got it, mate, I'd highly recommend it. It can be a bit pricey if you do ever find it, but it is well worth looking out for a copy of it. Really, really enjoyable. When I was listening to this the other day, it took me back to being about 12 or 13, and I was bopping all around the room listening to it. And then the last one, which is in a similar sort of vein to that, is The Police, Ghosts in the Machine. So you've got Spirits in the Material World, Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic, Invisible Sun, Hungry for You, Demolition Man, Too Much Information, Rehumanize Yourself, One World, Armageddon, Secret Journey and Darkness. Now the only thing with this album is the A side, in my opinion, is a hell of a lot better than the B side. The B side really isn't that good. Like I say, that's just my opinion. But again, this is one of those albums that I hadn't listened to for a long time. And I think this was probably one of the last albums that the Police actually ever made, wasn't it? From 1981. So like I say, the A side is the stronger side out of the two sides. So that's the labels on A&M. And that's the B side. Lovely shiny record. So that's it, folks. That is what I've been listening to over the past few days while I've had a few days off work. I have actually been listening to a few singles as well, but like I said, I didn't want to make this video that long. Some other news in that I saw this morning off my mate Matthew Street is the Red and the Blue albums are going to be re-released now, and they're going to be made into not double albums but into triple albums. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure that's going to work. So, you know, 1962 to 66 and 1967 to 70 are going to be reissued, remastered, and, you know, all that lot. And I think from what he was saying, some of the songs on 62 to 66 have been cleaned up to make them sound a bit more up-to-date sort of thing. And the single, or the new Beatles song, Now and Then, is going to be put onto the 67 to 70 album. Although how that's going to work, I don't know. I think they're just going to be called the Red album and the Blue album, aren't they? But like I said, they're going to make them into 3 album sets. So the albums as you know them, I've got a copy somewhere. So these little babies here are going to be changed forever. They're going to be remixed, remastered, and that one's definitely going to be made into a 3 record set. So if they're doing it with that one, I should imagine they're going to do it with the blue one. And apparently on the blue one, Now and Then is going to be on there as well. Will that work? I don't know. To be honest, I wish they'd just leave them albums as they are. The classic albums as they are. They don't need to be messed about with. That is just my humble opinion. As for Now and Then, I think that would have been better if they're going to like put it on an album. Would have been better being put onto Anthology 3. Again, that's just my personal opinion. But my opinions don't count for anything, do they? Where the records, I mean, I think they're doing that as a bit of a money grab, shall we say. I'm not saying the Beatles are doing it or anything, but I mean, how many times do we need these LPs coming out? These are the originals from 1973, UK originals, and they sound absolutely fantastic. You'll never better them, no matter remixing and remastering and all that lot. You'll never sound as good as these. Well, I don't think they will. That's my opinion on them anyway. But I'll probably be proved wrong, because when they come out, I'll probably still go and buy them, because I'm a Beatles fanatic, aren't I? So, you know, I just wish they'd just released that new song as a single, which they probably will do, to be honest. Or they could have done like a new greatest hits and put it on, and then they wouldn't have had to mess about with the red and the blue albums, would they? But hey ho, what do we know, folks, eh? What do we know? Anyway, thank you to everybody that has been watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. Like I say, I was going to do some needle drops, but I daren't do it in case I get a copyright strike from YouTube. You know, I've been trying to find out how you can do it, but I know there's somebody else that did one the other day, and I did actually send him a message and says, "You're doing your needle drops. What did you need, a license or, you know, permission or anything?" But they never got back to me. You know, so whatever you're doing, please stay safe. You are the Beatle Dave. Thank you to everybody, by the way, that is subscribing me, you know, from day one, and people are still subscribing even, excuse me, even as we speak. I hope you enjoyed the latest edition of the David Bowie mini-series. There is going to be a lot more videos, and touch wood and fingers crossed, we are going to be doing a live, I think it's going to be live, questions and answers on this Sunday, but I will keep you informed this coming Sunday. So peace, love and happiness to you all. Thank you to everybody that is subscribing, leaving me likes and things like that. If you're not subscribed, just think about subscribing. It is free, it doesn't cost you a penny. And until the next time, it's Beatle Dave saying ta-da for now. Thank you for everybody for your continued support and everything. You know, it does mean a lot. So cheerio.